Yo, what's up? What's up? Guess what? It's that time again. Yo, what's up? Let's go, baby. Yo, what it is? What it is? We back. What's going on? I'm your host, Tone. What's up, Mitch? Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. Hey, man, that countdown is fire. Y'all got to hit my man up, Mitch. Sub him up, man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and give our shout outs to everybody that contribute or have a part in helping Philly sports rap come out amongst the masses. All right. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor to be a part of Hardcore Sports Network. Mad content each and every day. If you haven't subbed up Hardcore Sports Network, make sure you do so. And also make sure you sub up Philly Sports Rap. Also, too, Let's Talk Sports. We out here, we all over. You know what I'm saying? We all over. And for those that don't know, in the description, got a link up there. Guess what's coming next? Philly Sports Rap merge, baby. Some already got a link up there for y'all. Y'all can tap into that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. For sure. I love it, man. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Subscribe to us first. Then hit the like button. Then I need you that notification bell because we're going to be dropping new shows, new content, and we keeping it all 100 up here. All 100, all right? So today's show, we're going to talk about this past week 3. What an awesome week. How about them birds? First and foremost, let me get a Go Birds in the chat. If you're tuned in right now and you're an Eagle fan, let me get a Go Birds in the chat. Let me see them. I'm waiting. Moment of silence for all those that the Birds have taken out, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, let's go Birds. 3-0, tops in the NFC. Top in the NFC. Are we top in the NFL? I don't know. But we're going to talk about it. Upcoming shows. We definitely make sure y'all tuned in on Hardcore tonight because we got our Pick'em show. I got Let's Talk About It coming up this week with my man Philly Halftime and my man Next Shift Randy. We got a treat for you. I ain't even gonna tell you what we about to do, but you definitely gonna want to be tuned in for that one. So if you ain't hit the notification bell, you already lost. All right, you already lost. But let's start it off. Week 3, we came in and it started off last Thursday, and it was none other than Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns? We talk about that game. You had the Browns beat the Steelers. Browns beat them 29-17. 29-17. The Browns beat the Steelers. Were you shocked by that? Were you shocked? Who had the Browns? Who had the Steelers? Tell me if you picked the Browns or if you picked the Steelers, if you tuned in. You know, interact in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's make it happen. Let's have a convo about it. I screwed up. I picked the Steelers, man. I picked the Steelers. What is going on with these Pittsburgh Steelers? How in the world do they just keep losing games that they shouldn't lose? Is it Mitchell Trubisky? Come on, man. Is it time for Kenny Pickett to come into the game? Is that a question that we should be asking? Should Kenny Pickett come into the game? Y'all let me know what you think. Should Kenny Pickett come in the game? All right. They're not throwing the ball downfield. That's number one. They're not getting the ball out down the field. You got wide receivers, I think, that can go get it. And I don't know. Trubisky is trying to dink and dunk. And, man, I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to happen. You got your running back, Najee Harris, and you got receivers. You got to get the ball downfield, man. Should Kenny Pickett start the game? That's when I asked the question. Comment in the chat. Let me know if you think he should start. You know what I mean? I just want to know because right now I'm worried. I'm worried about the Steelers. Let me know what you think. All right. So that's my question. That's the first question. Should Kenny Pickett start? All right. Next question is, are the Browns going to hold on? Can the Browns hold on until Deshaun Watson come back? And if the Browns have a winning record, should Deshaun Watson get the starting job? Should Deshaun get the starting job? Good question. I don't know. So right now, that's the question I got for y'all. I want to know. We got, should Kenny Pickett start? And then should Watson get his job back? Let me know what y'all think. What it is? What's up, my man Philly Halftime? What's up, man? What's up, homie? We in here rapping and talking about those games, man, from week 3. Talking about the first game, talking about the Steelers and how they just can't get it going. Who should start? Kenny Pickett. Should Deshaun Watson get his job back? Me, myself, I'm going to say, if my man is going to keep on going and keep playing, if Brissett is still going to keep performing and going to keep doing the things he do, maybe you keep Brissett. Tell Deshaun wait the next year because you know what I'm saying, what week is he coming back? Coming back later in the season. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would not disrupt what we got going on or what the team has going on. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't disrupt it. If you're rolling, then you just rolling. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't disrupt it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. But definitely you had Pittsburgh lose to the Browns. So the Browns is definitely moving up. They moving up, however you want to look at it. They pulled out another W, So we're going to see. The next game. Let's talk about this one. This is a big game because I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely shocked. But however, you got one team got a mad. They're beat up. You know what I'm saying? The Jaguars. So yeah, the Jaguars topped the Chargers 38-10. Jaguars beat them 38-10. They beat them bad. Was that a hoax? Was it because the Chargers had so many injuries? Is it because Justin Herbert was hurt? I don't know. But the Jaguars are 2-1. Your Chargers are 1-2. 1-2. Who expected that so far? Again, we're only in week 3, but who expected that? You know what I'm saying? I definitely didn't expect that at all, not by any means. Doug Peterson has constructed, along with him and Balky, they constructed a real good athletic squad. They put together an athletic team, and what's happening is these guys are going out. They're playing hard for Doug. Again, you're seeing right now, it was all Urban Meyer who was screwing the Jaguars over last year. I mean, yes, Jags did pick up some good talent. Yes, the Jags have added to it, whether it be from draft, free agency. We all know how they spent crazy in free agency on wide receivers, so forth and so on. But they have some ballers. I like Devin Lloyd. And got my man from over there in Georgia out there, linebacker. He showed up. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. My man Philly Halftime then chimed in on my previous question. Cleveland Browns have to play Watson because he's getting $250 million guaranteed. Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you're the business owner, you like, I need him on the field. How you gonna not play him? You know what I'm saying? So I feel sorry for Brissett though, because Jacoby doing out there, he gonna do all his work. Let's just say the Browns only lost 3 games when he come back, man. That's gonna suck. And then you got to hand the reins over to Deshaun Watson. Just Deshaun gonna be rusty. He gonna be rusty. So could that set the team back? Could that possibly set them back, man? I don't know, bro. But the Jaguars are playing Philly this week, y'all. Philly is 3-0. Jaguars are 2-1. That's going to be a big game. I'm not going to get into the matchup right now because, I'll always do the matchup and a breakdown of the game. Got that coming later in the week. But again, with that matchup, man, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? I feel like they have a lot of athletes over there. I think we're going to have to attack that their offensive line. But then Lawrence can run. He can scramble. So, again, it's one of them things where we're going to have to be cautious of it, play tight coverage. I think we can handle the coverage because if we was able to shut down like some Washington receivers and was able to shut down Minnesota receivers, we definitely can't afford. Jaguars shouldn't be going off on us, okay? The Jaguars should not be going off on us. So we're going to see what's up with that and see how we do that. You know what I mean? But again, that was that. So good job, Jags. Y'all moved on. Y'all moving up. The Jaguars are now 2-1. All right. Next game. We had the Bears and the Texans. All right. I call this the Suck Bowl. It's one of the Suck Bowls. Okay. So basically, I don't like neither team. All right. And it's not that I don't like the team because it's not the Eagles. I don't like how the teams are constructed, and I don't feel like they're contenders at the moment. The Texans need a quarterback bad. The Bears have a quarterback, but they don't have no O-line. They need more playmakers on their roster, and the Bears they're not good. They're not good right now, but I do like Fields. He has a lot of potential, in my opinion. And that's why they eked out a 23-20. However, though, don't sleep on the Texans. They've made every game interesting that they've been in. Hey, they ain't lost but 2 games. But it's been 3 weeks. They tied 1, but they ain't lose. So they only lost 2 games. They can't get a W. I think one is going to come. I don't know if it's this week, but, one's going to come. They're not by themselves. It's another team out there who ain't get a W. All right. And that one there is none other than the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders played the Titans. Titans took them out 24-22. Derrick Henry had over 100 all-purpose yards. Even with their tackle, LaWine, going out, the Raiders, 22. Look, man, all I'm going to say is this, yo. They never trailed in the game. The Raiders tried to come back and do something, all right? But the problem is that, Carr threw 44 passes. He got 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Josh Jacobs only had 66 yards. But when your leading receiver is Mac Hollins, who had 8 receptions, 158 yards, and a touchdown, where's Devontae Adams? What's the problem? Where's Adams? Like, all right, let's say we take a page out of Philly book. Yeah, we had the first week where it was all A.J. Brown. But you're talking about Devontae Adams. Where is he? Where is he? Why are the Raiders worse than they were last year and they added Devontae Adams? I say it's the coach. It's the coach. How you worse than you were the year before and you added more talent? I'm confused. It's the coach. Titans are trying to rebound and get it together. They lost A.J. Brown. That was big. Real big loss. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to bounce back. They're trying to get it together. All right? So I understand their position. They also need a quarterback, you ask me. I don't think Tannehill is it. But right now, looks like they're scared to put Malik Willis out there. They don't want to throw him out to the Wolves. They're beat up in front in the O-line. So right now they're riding Tannehill. But Robert Woods ain't doing nothing. All right? Robert Woods is doing nothing. So There you go. All right. Next game, we got Chiefs and the Colts. Chiefs and the Colts. All right. So with this game here, you got an upset. How about that? The Colts win 20-17 over the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid, what the hell going on out there? What the hell going on out there, man? How you let them get life back? You know what I'm saying? How you let them get life back? Colts came out there ready to play. Andy Reid and them boys must have been tired, just not ready. I don't know what it is, but they weren't there. And the Colts came in and stole one. They stole one. Well, Chiefs came in. They played in Indianapolis, but the Colts stole the game, got off the snide, got themselves a win. Kansas City loses, messing up my football pool because I definitely picked them. I picked them. What the hell going on, man? Why? What happened? Y'all tell me what y'all think happened in that game. Why Kansas City lost that game? But shout out to the Colts. They played hard. They didn't bow down. They came out there. That's why they say any given Sunday. You know, teams don't stay on a losing streak for long. You know what I'm saying? Let's welcome my man Randy to the show. What's going on, Randy?
What's going on, Tone? Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Let's go.
Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm up here breaking these games down, man, and I'm talking about the disaster the Chiefs laid out there and allowed the Colts to come and steal one from them, you know?
Yeah, they kind of made the Colts believe that they can actually do something this year. I was kind of taken back, definitely, for sure, on that score. Yeah, especially the power that Kansas City has versus the Indianapolis Colts, you know, because Shaquille Griffin was out again, their main linebacker.
Yeah.
And apparently he's not playing again this week as well. So it's like they definitely showed up and played some D, that's for sure.
Yeah, they definitely did.
But then also Kansas City shot themselves in the foot too. I seen that there are a little bit of turmoil maybe potentially in Kansas City between Eric Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes. They had a little bit of a fight.
Hey, look, Bieniemy probably said, "Hey, look, man, I need you to run this offense and not worry about so many off-schedule plays and trying to do things. Let's run this offense the way it's supposed to be ran." Because you know Mahomes, and again, I don't know if that's the case, but if it is, you know, Mahomes was able to get away with a lot of stuff having Tyreek Hill, where now you can't really do that. You're going to have to really play ball, and you're probably going to run an offense because you got new receivers all over the place. You know, I don't know how many receivers they added to the roster, which you feel like they should still be very talented, and they've shown the potential to be. But again, there's hiccups along the lines you got to deal with, you know, coming along with that.
Especially like you said, right? Like you lose Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
What Juju is his replacement? Juju is no comp to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is like that unicorn. He's like one of a million players that anybody would be like, I take that guy on my team right now.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, so that allows the Chiefs to go down to 2-1, and the Colts got their first win of the season. How about that?
Yeah. 1-1.
Yeah. So here we go. So then we got the next game up. Was another hair. Well, this I ain't gonna say a hair scratcher. This was a great game. But boy, Mr. Dorsey had a fit up there in that booth. So the Bills and Dolphins, man. The Dolphins knocked off the Bills. The Dolphins remain undefeated. One of the only two teams that's undefeated in NFL. Get the 3-0. And the Dolphins win 21-19 over the Bills. What you got?
Yeah, like man, we kind of touched on this before when we were talking of that Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Definitely Micah Hyde will be out for the season. Jordan Poyer, we'll see what happens moving forward. But them two are, I'm not saying are their defense, but they're the backbone for that defense, man. They're the ones that can kind of make sure to let the line or let the corners know where to be, and they play that cover, that blanket style that you can basically say, if anything breaks down, I can trust them two back there. Well, that's not there right now, and the fact that Miami was able to pull one out of their butt and actually get this, it was pretty impressive. I'll put it that way. But Buffalo is dealing with a buttload of injuries right now, and it
Yeah.
kind of sucks because you want to see the best teams play each other at the fullest capacity and see which team is better, right? But
Yeah.
it's all about depth too, right? And
Yeah.
in the
Absolutely.
NFL, you got to have depth, or otherwise your biggest Achilles heel is the next man up.
Yeah, and they even lost another corner during that game, and they signed Xavier Rhodes. I saw that.
Yes.
So they brought in Xavier Rhodes to kind of fill that hole. You know what I'm saying? And all right, halftime, no problem, man. You know, hey man, we here, bro. You know what I mean? You know what it is. You know what to do, homie, for sure. So yeah, so now, and I know later in the week when we do our show, let's talk about it. It'll be something else, and then I know we got to pick them, so we don't get in too much. But something to think about here, which I think is going to be really big. That game, it took a lot out of Miami. They got to turn around and play Thursday night. Cincinnati, who turned around and beat the Jets 27-12. So that was the next game I was going to. What about that, man? Do you think they actually dropped one from being tired, exhausted, big game, and they got to come up and play Cincinnati next, boy, who seems to be maybe turning the corner?
Yeah, man. Like, we gotta wonder too about the health of Tua because he definitely had a concussion. That was no back injury or a leg injury. He definitely was concussed. And right now, I just read something before I popped on with you that Mike McDaniel says that he hasn't cleared concussion protocol yet. So, we'll have to wait and see. But they do have Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater there as a backup for the Dolphins there. So if in doubt, they do have someone that can be a serviceable quarterback. But like you said, man, like here you go. Here's where the season now starts getting tough. We're in October. You're gonna have games where if you played, like you said, a late Sunday nighter or like an afternoon Sunday nighter or Monday nighter, and then bam, you're playing Thursday or what the case may be, right? So you here we go. It's crunch time, but I'm very intrigued about this game. Little spoiler, if anybody hasn't already known, that the Hardcore Sports Network will be showing this game. So be on the lookout for NYG Jeff and myself and maybe some others.
Yep, absolutely. Here we go. We got Nick. What's up, Nick Steezy? What's up, man? He says
Yes,
Teddy
sir.
1 year rental. Yeah, they definitely got Teddy just in time, didn't they? They got him just in time, bro. You know, so we're gonna see what happened with that. So let's talk about that Bengals and the Jets game. How about that when everybody was saying how the Jets D could possibly get to the Bengals? I ain't gonna say who, but I know a friend of ours said, hey, they was gonna sack that man about 9 times. Maybe they foresaw the Eagles game.
Yeah, he saw 9s in his dreams. He just wasn't sure what he was supposed to associate it with, so he just threw it there. But what he really was, it was the Eagles.
Absolutely. So the Bengals end up getting back rolling, and they win that game. So what do you think? You think Cincinnati might turn the corner now and get a few wins under their belt? What you think?
Yeah, like especially since like now this week we don't know the status of Tua, so with Teddy coming in, that does give Cincinnati a bigger advantage because of like the repetition and the reps that they've had already. With Teddy, they haven't had that. So for the Cincinnati, this game, I'm hoping it is the Jets, but the Jets have been playing opportunistic ball other than that Baltimore game where they got whooped 24-9. But I will throw in that also Zach Wilson is to make his apparently his season start this week against Pittsburgh. So throw that in there for the Jets fans out there listening. But the MILF Hunter is back. But yeah, I'm hoping this is the turn for Cincinnati because we all had high hopes. I guess maybe a lot of us were probably drinking or sipping the tea leaves too much because we thought that all the moves, myself included, that they made on the O-line was going to be beneficial. I guess we should have really looked at the players, Lionel Collins. Why did the Cowboys let him go? Well, because he was a turnstile type of lineman, and so far this year he's proven to be like that, other than when they face the Jets. But yeah, I'm just to jump back to what you're saying. I'm just hoping that since he pulls this one out personally, just because I don't want them looking like a one and done like that was last year. Was just like a an epiphany in the sky, so to speak. But after it's Miami, it's Baltimore, New Orleans, and Atlanta. So 2 divisional opponents plus a tough opponent in Baltimore. So we'll see, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, we definitely will see. Like I said, it's possible they could turn the corner. I don't want to see them be one and done as well. Philly halftime says hell no. I think Cincinnati going to lose again. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know, but yeah, they for now they got them a W. They got them a W. So our next game that we're going to talk about is one and the only, the Vikings and the Lions. How about that one? Vikings storm back. They take the game 28-24. Lions had it in the bag. Vikings come back late, man. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man, that I didn't get the chance to watch the game itself per se, but I saw the highlights, and yeah, like you're saying, Detroit had it in the bag, and Minnesota was able to kind of sneak back, and that pass from Kirk to KJ Osborne, that was just 3 plays, 56 yards in 25 seconds. Like, man, talk about falling asleep at the wheel. I kind of feel sad for the Lions because kind of been pumping up their tires. I've been kind of saying that they're my dark horse this year and they're going to kind of scare some people, but to kind of have the one in the bag and then kind of let it just slip away in the fourth quarter there and then not even be able to put up any points kind of sucks too. And the coach did say he put this on himself too. He did say that I let this one go and it sucks, but I love that he took ownership. But now next week they have to come out and they have to play better because otherwise, 1-3 in that division, and then they got New England after their game this week, and then Dallas, and then Miami. So they got Seattle, New England, Dallas, Miami. They got some hard games ahead of them. So they got to get that L. Or they got to get rid of that L and they got to get that W against Seattle and then kind of hope for the best against New England and then see what happens against Dallas and Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. Hearing the Lions coach just, say, hey, I should have went for it on fourth down because he was already 4 for 6 on fourth down during that game. Went for it 6 times. He completed 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? So why not go for it again? What's up, normal guy, man? Appreciate you tapping in, homie. What's up with you?
What's up, normal guy, baby?
Yeah, man. So and Philly halftime says next year the Lions are going to see be a playoff team. I'm thinking that's what he's trying to say. But yeah, they could be. And in the NFL, those kind of games hurt. It reminded me last year when I went to see Philly and the 49ers, and we had that game and just somehow just let the 49ers take control, win that game, and how later on in the season it came back to bite you when it comes to seeding and playoffs and things of that nature. Those are games you don't want to let slip away when you kind of have it in control and have it in a balance. And coach, it just goes to show the coaching, you can't be scared, man. You cannot coach scared in the NFL. You already have been doing it, been aggressive. Yeah, you should have. But definitely appreciate him, standing up and, like you said, taking ownership of his mistake. And hopefully it don't bite him in the butt. I still think the Lions, however, could still surprise a few teams this year. Not saying they're going to make the playoffs or anything like that. But they could upset a few teams still, So, yep. So our next one, we're going to go Ravens and the Patriots, man. Says Nick Steve said that didn't hurt too bad because we're going to get eliminated anyway. Come on, Steve. Have a little more confidence, man. I know it sucks with Green Bay still managing to figure out a way to win, but, hey, man, I was thinking y'all might give it a long run at the division, man. We'll see. But Ravens and Patriots. Ravens won 37-26. Man, this Lamar Jackson, bro, is just an animal. I mean, he's leading the league in touchdowns. He's running, he's throwing. Him and Jalen Hurts are to me two of the most improved quarterbacks so far this year, man.
Yep.
Two of the most improved when it comes to passing, the most improved quarterbacks this year, hands down. And they're playing at a very high level. Lamar, if his defense can help him out a little bit, will be great because they keep getting in a lot of shootouts, a lot of high scoring games. Again, which is really unlike the Ravens. They're known for defense, but you had the Patriots who really don't have much, put up 26 on you.
Yeah.
And at one time, almost was about to defeat the Ravens, So again, Bill Belichick, I always said, I don't know how he do it. He finds a way. What's your take on that game?
Yeah, man. You hit the nail on the head there. Lamar 749 passing yards. Lamar 243 rushing yards. I mean, the guy's playing out of his mind right now. If it wasn't for Jalen, doing what Jalen's doing, there'd be like, oh, this could potentially be another Lamar Jackson MVP year, right? 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, which is not a bad ratio considering what kind of quarterback he is. But I mean, yeah, man, like you said, the Pats had an opportunity to take that game and put it away, and the Lamar was like, not so fast there, Bill. Yep. I'm gonna take the bag and I'm gonna run with this in more ways than one. So yeah, they're as long as their defense can start playing for him, and not having boneheaded plays like they have been, yeah, man, this team could be scary. Now the true test is obviously this week against Buffalo. We'll see. We'll see what happens in this game, but this game should be really interesting. Again, I wish it would have been better if both teams the Bills were more healthy, but we got what we have, and we just got to live with it now. So,
yeah, absolutely. Bills are not healthy. That's going to be a big factor. Ravens, though, well, Rashad Bateman and these guys are stepping up. They lost Marquise Brown. They're stepping up. I think they're going to be in another shootout. I can see this game easily getting into another shootout. But we're going to see. We're definitely going to see. And whoever got these quarterbacks going to love it in fantasy. But whoever got these defense, you might want to change them.
You might want to put your backup D in. Yeah.
Yeah. This ain't the one for these two defenses right here.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, absolutely, man. Our next game, we got the Saints and the Panthers, man. The Saints and the Panthers. All right. I don't know what to make of these two teams, but I know they had to play each other. Somebody had to win, or it was either going to be a tie. Okay, but somebody had to win. The Saints, I don't know if it's just not having Sean Payton, or if it's just is Jameis Winston going to hold this team back because they have talent. On paper, they have talent. You got Michael Thomas back. He's performing. You still got Kamara. I don't know. Not really familiar with his stats. I don't know if he's distracted a little bit, but they have talent and they still are fighting and struggling to get wins. And in that division, the Saints can ill afford to take losses on teams that they should win, because honestly, I think they should have beat the Panthers. But Baker Mayfield, hey, give it out. Shout out to him. He pulled out the W. They beat the Saints. But that's definitely going to hurt those guys in that NFC South.
Yes.
So,
yeah. You said it. What's up with Alvin Kamara? 24 attempts. He only has 100 yards on the season.
Yeah.
No touchdowns.
Yeah.
Winston, kind of basic numbers right now, 73 completions on 115 attempts for 858 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yep. And
so
you can't have more interceptions than touchdowns. That's crazy.
No, and like I'm not. I shouldn't say I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. But Chris Olave leads the room in receiving yards with 17 receptions for 268 yards. So he's definitely holding his own there. But the touchdowns are going to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas has 3. So
yeah. Now how about,
I don't know about this team, man. Like you said, the coaching staff. I don't know about this this team.
Yeah, man, I don't. But I want to give shout out to the Ohio State guys because Garrett Wilson and not Garrett Wilson. Ain't that the Jets wide receiver? What's his name?
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, him and Olave are definitely performing this year. You know.
Yeah.
They showed up. Them rookies are showing it. They definitely deserve to be picked in that first round.
I know that's the same team, but I'd also throw in Drake London has been playing pretty well for the Falcons too.
Yeah, and let's not forget that. My bad. Yeah, Drake London as well. I actually, believe it or not, after Nelson Aguilar, I didn't want to think no USC receiver could do well. I was not expecting him to do well at all. I was like, oh no, another USC receiver.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. So, but no, shout out to him. He is performing well. So what's that Panthers record now? Are they 2-1 or 1-2? 2-1. Yeah. So there you go. Another surprise so far. I mean, I guess Baker's like, hey, see Brown, see what I'm doing?
Even though it's not entirely impressive.
Yeah, it ain't. It's really not.
No, you're wrong. I'm wrong. 1-2. You're right. 1-2.
Okay. So
they lost to Cleveland, lost to the Giants, and won against New Orleans.
So again, for Philly, we ecstatic because right now the draft was the day we got the 7th pick. Yeah. So Saints, keep on being bad.
Keep fumbling the bag, please.
Yeah, appreciate you.
That's what I kept saying all year. Everyone's like, no, the Saints are gonna be good and blah blah. I'm like, no, we don't. I don't care if they're gonna be good. I'm just gonna keep saying they're bad to will it into existence, so that when they are bad, that number 1 pick of ours can be Will Anderson, and then we can just don't have to worry about the edge anymore.
Yeah. So, next up we got the Rams who defeated the Cardinals. Rams now 2-1. Cardinals are 1-2. Rams won 20-12. Game I thought was a little closer than it probably should have been as far as the score. But how about Kyler Murray with 58 passes, man? What in the heck, yo? 58 passes. That's just crazy. But no running game. James Conner 13 carries for just 39 yards. But I mean, you're bound to get somebody over 100 yards receiving for the Cardinals, Mr. Brown over there, but he threw it for 58 times. That's just insane. But yet for the Rams, though, they had a Skowronek or whatever guy leading and receiving. That was unusual. What do you think happened? What happened with Cooper Kupp, man?
Yeah, like
he had 4 catches for 44 yards. How did that manage to happen?
Yeah, the AJ Terrell, the Falcons corner there, he's not that bad. He's pretty good, pretty solid corner over there. So I'm obviously assuming they definitely either just doubled Kupp and then we're like, try to beat us with everything else you guys have, which is not much really, because Allen Robinson really hasn't shown anything this year. I don't really know if Van Jefferson's actually even seen the field yet. So, and then obviously Higbee, their tight end, is been Stafford's best friend because I guess him have built kind of like a Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz kind of friendship. When in doubt, find your tight end. But yeah, like you said, that game was way, 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 way too close. And we this year now we've actually been able to see that the Los Angeles Rams defense isn't actually that that shiny like it was last year, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not flashy. It's not flashy. It ain't
no,
the Hollywood look, as last year, but they
all those
still,
players got another year older,
yeah,
so it's like they, other than Bobby Wagner, they lost Von Miller in free agency.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's very interesting to see that Atlanta held their own and was basically a one pass away from winning the game. So I give kudos to the Falcons, but yeah, I have more question marks on the Rams than I do the Falcons. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the Rams, like I said, they're not really scaring anybody this year. They seem to be struggling. I don't know. I know Baker Mayfield, excuse me, not Mayfield. Matthew Stafford had surgery the offseason with the shoulder. Maybe that thing ain't oiled up yet. Needs some WD-40, loosen it up. It ain't quite there. I don't know. Cardinals definitely need a run game. They don't have D-Hop. Better head coach, says Nick Steves. So there you go. I wonder if that's the case. But again, I don't like to see a quarterback rely so much on one receiver. Like, your team is not good unless D-Hop is there. That means you don't have enough talent around him. You need to get more talent around him. So, Coach, GM, I blame both of you on that one. So, yeah, y'all are who you are, 1 and 2. Next up, we got Falcons and the Seahawks. So the Falcons have defeated the Seahawks by the score of 27-23. Tight game. Both teams are now 1 and 2. Cordell Patterson, man, he just keeps doing it and just keeps doing it and keeps doing it.
Swiss Army knife. My God.
Man. And he had shout out to Marcus Mariota. How about this? 13 for 20, 229 yards, a touchdown. He did have an interception, but very great passer percentage, man. When you talking about 13 for 20, Cordell Patterson had 17 carries for 141 yards and a touchdown. They just don't seem to know how to stop him, even though he gets the ball. And then you top it off with Pitts, 5 receptions, 87 yards. The Falcons, he's saying these Falcons should just be happy they got a win. The Falcons, yeah, but they're making it interesting.
They
so
are.
far in every game, if I'm not mistaken, they've been fighting. They've been right there, on the cusp of either winning or losing. Unfortunately for them, they lost more than they won so far, but they got them a W, and they beat the Seahawks, where you had Geno Smith going 32 for 44, 325, 2 touchdowns. I never thought I'd see the day you got Geno Smith at quarterback and he's thrown the ball 44 times. But there it is. Their top receiver was Tyler Lockett in that game, 9 receptions, 76 yards. And Rashard Penny, 14 carries, 66. What is it with the Seahawks? Well, tell me what your take on that game, and what is it you think is going on with the Seahawks?
Yeah, I just wanted to really touch on that. Like you said about the Falcons, that they've been pretty competitive. I mean, you look at their schedule thus far. First, it was New Orleans, then it was the Rams, and then it was Seattle. New Orleans, they lost 27-26. The Rams, they lost 31-27. So I mean, and then they beat Seattle 27-23. So right now, they're averaging 27 points a game potentially, right? So, they're obviously, their issue isn't scoring, it's more or less stopping the opponent. Their defense needs to improve a little bit better. So for me on the Falcons side, they just need to obviously lock it down and just obviously play like we said, better defense. But you wanted, like you touched on it, like what, Geno Smith 300 and like what, like where was this Geno before? Where was this when Geno was drafted? Right, like
exactly, man.
like I'm impressed. I'll say that. When I heard that Geno Smith outbeat Drew Lock for the quarterback position, I was like, well, Drew Lock ain't really that good of a quarterback. So like, how good is really Geno, right? And
me too.
That Denver game, I will say, that the Denver coach probably screwed it up not so much that his players fumbled it twice on the 1 yard line, but also like just dumb calls and just horrible timeout.
Yeah.
McCarthy to him. But they got blown out by the San Francisco 49ers, and that was the game where they lost Trey Lance, and Garoppolo came in and diced them up. And then they just lost to the Falcons, which was, again, like you said, like a close game. I feel like Seattle's going to be that team this year that's going to be in those games, like they're going to be scrappy. They're going to be competitive. They still have Tyler Lockett. They still have DK Metcalf, and they have a running game in Rashad Penny, and that kid Walker. But yeah, man, like for them, it's their defense, which obviously it hurts a little bit that they lost Adams. But yeah, I feel like Seattle's gonna just be that team this year that's just gonna be scrappy and gonna be in some games where you're gonna be like, oh, this should be an L for the other team, and you look back at the score and you're like, whoa. That was a close game. So it's just I feel like that's what the Seahawks are going to be this year.
And that's the way that's exactly it. That's the way it looks, man. And I think they're going to be picking high in the draft.
Yes.
I really do. I think they're going to pick high in the draft, man. And they're not going to be good this year. Cardinals, like you said, defense, it got to improve or they're going to be done. So yeah, I don't know. They're on their way though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Marcus Mariota surprising people, playing well right now. So we shall see. All right, our next game. Let's get into this, which should have been one of the biggest games of Sunday and most talked about. Turned out to be one of the games where everybody was like, well, they pretty much pulling people off the street to play this game. Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Green Bay defeat Brady and the Bucks 14-12. That game for me, I know some people like defensive games, but that was boring to me. I didn't like that too much. Aaron Rodgers, 27-35 for 255, 2 scores and an interception. Brady, 31-42, 271 on a touchdown. Neither team could run the ball. As you had Aaron Jones, 12 carries for 36 yards. Leonard Fournette, 12 carries, 35 yards. So both defenses were stopping the run. So nobody can even get the run going. Receiving, they had Dobbs. How about the rookie Dobbs for Green Bay? 8 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. And Russell Gage, 12 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown. So there you go, right there. You had a couple receivers stepped up. How about Russell Gage coming in and doing something? But Tampa got to be really upset because when you talk about the likes of Mike Evans and the potential of Julio, and they have not had their receivers yet, man.
Yeah.
They have not. What do you think?
Yeah, no Godwin. They didn't have Julio. They didn't, they didn't have Chris Evans for that game. They had to heavily rely on Russell Gage, who had 87 yards in that game. But yeah, like obviously this week he'll have Mike Evans back because he's not suspended. They did say that Julio will be back. So like once they get Godwin back, I mean that's probably the deepest, if not one of the deepest receiving rooms in the league, in my opinion. So. Yeah. They're okay there. I think it's just basically just almost like it's just like a circumstantial, like it happened. It's not like a long-term thing kind of thing for them. The more surprising and more intriguing fact, I think, actually came from the Green Bay side, that it shows that maybe Aaron Rodgers and Romeo Dobbs, are starting to build a little bit of chemistry. I mean, with Christian Watson not playing because of himself having a little bit of a stinger or an injury, it opened up the door for these other receivers to kind of come in and start to build that chemistry. And we all know if Aaron Rodgers says, listen, I want X, Y, and Z over here, they're going to put X, Y, and Z there. So it don't matter if you were a first-round pick or if they were just a scrub off the street. If you build a chemistry, you can catch the ball for Aaron Rodgers, expect yourself to have a freaking job every Sunday. So good for him. Good on the kid. Yeah. I hope he does well. But yeah, I hate Tom Brady, so anytime Tom Brady loses, it's a win for me.
All right. Normal guy said, did y'all talk about the Jaguars beating the Chargers? What's going on? Yeah, normal guy. We did go over that game. We talked about it, and I mentioned that, for the Jaguars, how, props to Doug Peterson. Always thought he was a good coach. Also, I talked about how I felt like the Jags are a very underrated team. How it really looks like Urban Meyer had a lot to do with why they were so bad in the underdevelopment of Trevor Lawrence. But then also, too, you can't push to the side or forget about how Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson really went and got talent. They spent hella money out there for free agency. Seems like so far it's paying off for them. The draft picks, getting Walker and getting Lloyd definitely helped. They're actually both making plays. Lloyd had an interception. Walker has been making plays all year. They are young. He's got them guys getting hungry. The more wins they get, the more confidence is going to build. I understand the Chargers was hurt, but for those guys, that probably was hella confidence for them.
I mean, they still have Josh Allen over there. I mean, they probably, no offense there, sorry to interrupt you, but they have one of the arguably the deepest linebacker cores. Once they reach their potential in the league, they got Devin Lloyd, Trayvon Walker, Josh Allen, Chad Muma. I mean, those four guys right there, three of them were just recently drafted by this team. They drafted extremely well this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing, and I did even talk about the one thing that scares me with that team is Philadelphia comes up to play them this week. The one thing that scares me is they are just as athletic, and those linebackers are fast. I don't know about Hurts outrunning any of those linebackers. We're going to have to definitely probably attack that secondary. We're going to see how we do against the run if we can move their D line. On the defensive side of the ball, I think Philly is going to have to definitely try their best to attack that O-line. But Trevor Lawrence can extend plays. But I feel like we should be able to cover their receivers. I mean, we covered some of the best receivers so far in Washington and Minnesota. But it's a game I wouldn't sleep on because sometimes matchups cause problems for teams. Even in basketball, with Golden State, when they get another athletic, you take Memphis, another athletic, fast team, give them fits because they're just as athletic and just as fast. So could we see a situation with that where, not saying that Philly would lose, but hey, I'm not saying it ain't possible for them to lose, but facing another athletic and fast team and another hungry team, boy, puts on for a good match.
Well, like you said it, man. You said that Golden State is a very athletic team. Give shout out to my Toronto Raptors. The Raptors this year went out and solidified a lot of depth issues that we had from last year. And we don't have a guy. Our average length on our team for height is 6'4", and basically every player can play up to 3 positions on the floor at one time, with one of our guys basically being able to play everything but point. So they're going to be very athletic, very lanky. We have long arm defenders. I like the pickup of getting Otto Porter from Golden State. He's going to bring that defensive and very solid leadership mindset to our team. We also went and got the new what's his name? He played in that new Adam Sandler movie. We went and got what's his name?
I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah. We went and got Mr. Hollywood, so now he's a Canadian. So he apparently he's been killing it in EuroLeague this year. He actually won the EuroLeague MVP award. So obviously it's Euro, but still, Juan Herman Gomez, I believe is his name. But
correct, absolutely.
But man, you got a team that comes in and is very lank. This team, almost, if you think about it in a way, almost plays a little bit similar style to what we do. You got the running backs, you got a two-headed monster. Some would even argue that they even have a three-headed, but they got two-headed monster in James Robinson and Travis Etienne. They got a fast burner in Christian Kirk. They got a vet in Marvin Jones, and they got a guy who can basically snag the ball over the middle in Zay Jones.
Yeah.
So, and then they got their tight end. They went and got Evan Ingram. We'll see what he is, but so far this year he's got 83 receptions or 83 yards, and so he's doing well. He's got 12 receptions for 83 yards is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this game's gonna be interesting for me to say the least. Definitely.
Yeah,
like you said, we'll see how our team can hold up against very athletic linebackers.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's gonna be interesting. Definitely, yes. Let's go. Prayers and definitely to the people out in Florida. As Normal Guy says, I know how they feel. Because he was in a hurricane in Louisiana last year. Yeah, definitely. Those that haven't left, I hope you are leaving, and definitely be safe. Our prayers go out to you and your families out there in Florida. I lived in Tampa for 8 years, so I definitely had my fair share of experiencing hurricanes and things of that nature. And definitely prayers out to those people. As even here where I'm at in Virginia, we're expected this weekend get a lot of rain and things of that nature. So hey, hopefully it doesn't affect me with these games. It's gonna suck not seeing my games if it does. But we shall see. But most importantly, hey, I'm nowhere near what they're dealing with down there. So prayers go out to them for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I second that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you, Normal Guy, for speaking up on that, man. That's why I rock with you, homie. You the best, bro.
Bro.
Absolutely. So we got 2 more games. Next up, we got 49ers and we got the Broncos. 49ers and Broncos. Another ugly, disgusting game, bro. Oh my gosh. What the heck is going on, bro? What is going on?
It's Nathaniel Hackett, man. That guy, he knows how to say all the right things. He's giddy, he's happy, blah, blah, but he cannot coach. I don't understand why he's a head coach. Like, I don't care where he came from. I don't care if he came from the carousel coaching tree of the Green Bay Packers. I don't care if he came from some bubble screen YU school in North Virginia. I don't give a damn where this Nathaniel Hackett came from. Nathaniel Hackett can't hack it in the NFL as a head coach. He can't. It's either that, man. It's either that, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm going at him first because I don't want to believe this, but there are people out there who are saying maybe Russell Wilson is who we think he is from what we've seen the last couple of years in Seattle. And now, obviously, onto another team. For years, it's because Seattle has a horrible this and that, and Russ is only doing what he's doing because you're not letting Russ cook, and he's got to extend plays because of an offense. Maybe it's Russell Wilson is just regressed into the quarterback that we all maybe didn't think we would see. So I don't want to attack that. I want to go against the coach first, and then we'll see.
Okay, hey, look, man. Boy, you let out some fireworks, baby. We got July and October coming up here. I know we a few days before October, but boy, you let off the fireworks. Man, I got to give it to you on that one, bro. So, yeah, absolutely, man. Hackett sucks, okay? He sucks. Plain old sucks. I will put him in a limo, drive 100 miles an hour, then kick him out. That's how I feel. While it's moving, you got to go.
On the gravel road.
On the gravel road. Yes, sir. On the gravel road. You got to get out of here, man. You suck, Hackett. What are you doing? Okay? I refuse to believe this is the Russell Wilson of new, and we've already seen the Russell Wilson of old. I refuse to believe that, man. You know why I refuse to believe that? I understand it was a skills challenge, but I seen that joker last year in the Pro Bowl in the skills challenge throwing dimes out there in that passing thing, just throwing dimes. And I don't think he lost the smarts, okay? Usually quarterbacks, as they get older, they may lose speed, may lose arm strength. I don't think he lost arm strength, but they don't lose the brains. Look at Tom Brady. They're going to outsmart you, okay? I think your offense sucked. And it's just not working.
Horrible play calling.
Horrible play calling. Yeah, Cortland Sutton had 8 receptions, 97 yards. All right, but you got him. You got what's
Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Judy, man, come on, bro. Again, we seen more last week. Oh my gosh, tripping. He said I had a chicken sandwich and fries today. I'm done. Yeah, that's how I feel about that game too, bro. It's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But it's like they had Teddy Bridgewater and got more out of those guys. So again, it's just like I talked about earlier. You want to hear with the Raiders. How do you get a better player? So the Raiders got Devontae Adams, added it to that roster, but they're worse.
Right.
Different Broncos last year. Everybody said if they have a quarterback, you're going to get Russell Wilson, you bring him over, but you're worse. What does that tell you? Either you suck as a coach or you're not creating your scheme to fit your players. You're trying to make the players fit your scheme.
Facts.
You cannot do that. Wake up, bro. I'm not even an NFL coach, and I know that. You got to figure it out. It does not look good for you right now. Right now, you suck, okay? You suck. All right. 49ers, all right. You had Trey Lance. He's hurt. So now y'all got to do about face, redo it, probably pull the dust, blow off all the old plays from last year. That's why Debo now got back active again. So now all of a sudden, Debo had 5 receptions, 73 yards. We're getting ready to see the old Debo. Get ready for that one. All right.
Yeah.
That's getting ready to come back. They're gonna dust off that playbook. This was the first, wasn't this the first week since then that he really
first
came
full week,
in?
yeah.
First full week. All right. So I get it. But again, and 49 can play some defense. That's why I don't know if they got a low scoring game because of 49ers defense or just Hackett just sucks. Okay. So I can't even say that. But anyway, like I said, man, it sucks. Yeah, you got the win, Denver. All right, you 2-1. I don't even know how the hell you 2-1. What was the other team they beat, man?
I can get that for you in a second here. Give me a second.
Right. How the hell you 2-1?
They beat Houston 16-9.
Oh, that's how you 2-1.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't beat no damn body. That's how you 2-1. All right.
Yeah.
Go figure. Go figure. You suck. All right. Cut it out, man. Come on, Hackett. Elway, somebody, please stop the madness before the season get away. What happened to this NFC West that everybody was looking forward to? Man, we was hyped up. We was
especially since they just extended Wilson.
And they suck right now.
And they just extended Wilson like before the season. Like, so they obviously saw something and we're like, okay, this here we go. Like, we're on the precipice of something big here. Like, look out, world. And it's like their next game again for the Denver Broncos, that is against the Vegas Raiders, Indianapolis Colts, the Los Angeles Chargers. Like, their next 3 games are against teams that are basically fighting for their lives as well. So that's not going to be no slouch either. Like, they're going to have to come and bring it too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, I've never seen a coach literally, maybe I have, and I'm just not, maybe because this is so fresh in my head, but I've never seen a coach literally have something that most teams die for, which is a quarterback, and he's literally pissing it away, winning one point games or losing 1 point games, and then, or like you said, winning against a team by a touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Come on. Like, I understand it's Houston and they're on the up and up, but it's Davis Mills against Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson should have handed Mills his lunch pail and said, listen, pal, this is the only way you're going to be in the league is if you compete like this. And he didn't. It was a close game all the way until the fourth quarter. Like,
yeah.
I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Nathaniel Hackett can't hack it. He's not a coach in the NFL.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett can't hack it. Yeah. Normal guy says Jimmy pulled a Dan. What in the world? Wow. All right. So our last game for week 3. The last game from week 3. Philly halftime hit me up and asked what was we gonna do. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so the Cowgirls decided to be a man. And they beat the Giants. They beat the New York Football Giants.
Yes,
I kept saying, do not let Cooper rush on y'all, man.
Yeah.
And you let it happen. Danny Dimes, he was Danny Nichols. It was Danny Nichols, baby, because he had 20 for 37, 196, and an interception. No touchdowns whatsoever. Their receiving core is very pedestrian. The one guy who led in receptions, he's gone for the year. Sterling Shepard, 5 receptions for 49 yards.
Prayers up to Shepard, man. He just came back from an ACL and then or an MCL, and then he tears his ACL in like the 3rd game of the season. Like, I'm sorry, I think the writing's on the wall for that guy. But man, just prayers up to him because he was a hell of a kid when he first came out.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that picture they all took on the boat with their shirts off, that didn't age well.
It didn't age well at all. Yeah, I know, right? Normal guy, the Cowgirls won, man. First and foremost, Shepard, before I even say anything else, man, this definitely speedy recovery. I don't wish bad on nobody. But my brother, I think it's time for you to take a seat on the sidelines and either assist with coaching, start you a podcast.
Yeah.
Or something, bro. Because
come over to Hardcore Sports, bro.
Yeah, we'll take you over here, baby. I know no love lost over here. You can still be a Giants fan. We got my man.
You can still be a Giants fan. Exactly. Yeah.
Got my man Just out here. Definitely.
And our boy Mac.
Nick Steve said the Giants' problems run deeper than a picture from 2017. Yeah, dude, man. But yeah, Shepard's been hurt every single year he's been in the league, man. And the man's body can't take all these injuries, bro.
Man.
You won't have to just chalk it up, bro. This is just sometimes it ain't it. And
I want to take this moment and this is a PSA to the NFL. Put grass in every NFL stadium. You want to have money? These players' longevity creates money. So have grass in every damn field. None of this artificial turf shit. So none of these players are tearing up their knees or wrecking their freaking ankles and stuff. Like you want this game to be remembered for what it is and not for what it stands for, which is not for long. Then maybe you should change up some things. Put some grass on every damn field.
Absolutely, man. Put some grass on the field and help these players out, man, because it's just horrible, bro. It's just horrible. Going over to the Cowgirls a little bit though. I'm surprised with this Rush guy, man. He continues to keep Dallas in the game. And I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate for us. Either way, I think we're still going to beat them. We're going to probably be playing Dak. I heard by the time we play them, Dak will be back. We'll see. Mm-hmm. And my man Normal Guy says, well, coach a youth team. Yeah, that's facts. But Cooper Rush is keeping them relevant. Dallas is now 2-1. Giants are 2-1. And Pollard, 13 carries, 105. Is he the better back? That is the question. Right now, if you're in the chat, first of all, make sure you hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you're in. Is Pollard proving to be the lead back right now? Should he be the lead back and use Ezekiel Elliott for spells? Because right now he's putting up more yards, all right?
I want to say yes to that. And I want to say yes to that for the sole fact that look at his receiving yards. Tony Pollard has 10 targets, 6 receptions for 69 yards. That's 11.5 average. So he can also catch the ball out of the backfield, where Ezekiel Elliott is 3 for 5 for -5 yards reception. So obviously Pollard's a way better catcher out of the backfield as well. So I'm thinking the writing's on the wall for that.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. It's definitely looking like the writing's on the wall for that. CD, because he's more productive. Again, it don't mean you can't get Ezekiel Elliott enough carries. It's going to be a situation where you have a Tiki Barber and you had my man, what was the big back they had back then? Early 2000s when them in Philly was Josh Jacobs, right?
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon
Jacobs. Yeah.
Be a situation like that. Use the two together as a tandem. Elliott's going to be a little bit more powerful for you, but man, that explosiveness, as much as I hate to say that, Tony Pollard shows is just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
When he hits that hole, he is going, bro. He is going. He is like he's getting shot out of a cannon. And Zeke, he's trying to take your job, homie. I don't know if you know it, but
he wants to eat.
he want to eat, bro. You might have to come up off that money. I think Dallas gonna be asking you to take a pay cut, player. They gonna be asking you to take a pay cut, bro. CeeDee Lamb had 8 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Good way to bounce back. He definitely bounced back.
I just want to say though, like CD, like yeah, he's got the flashy numbers, but he's got 17 receptions on 34 targets for 191 yards and a touchdown. That's a lot of freaking targets for and only 17 catches. Yeah. Where you got their homeboy who, and I hate giving the Cowgirls praise, but they found a guy in Noah Brown. He's got 15 receptions on 21 targets. 15 on 21. He's only dropped the ball 6 times, and he has 213 yards.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb is supposed to be that number 1 guy, but when the team is really leaning on you, you can't be just dropping the ball like that.
Yeah, especially wide open.
Yeah, bro. Like that hurts. That hurt. I know that hurt big time.
They were lucky. They were very lucky.
Very lucky to get that W, man. Very lucky. It was tough. It was tight. So yeah, man. They again, Dallas ends up winning. So now we get down to the creme de la creme, the one and the only, the best team in the NFC. Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Bird. Go Birds. Go Birds, baby. Eagles win.
Hey, Carson, how does the grass taste?
Eagles win 24-8 against the Washington Commanders. Boy, talk about revenge, sweet revenge. Talk about revenge, sweet revenge. Congrats. Again, we said it earlier. Hurts and Lamar Jackson is, and again, no shot at Josh Allen. We know what he can do. But we saw it last year. But as far as improvement, I got to give it up to those 2 quarterbacks. Hurts, again, it's almost like no matter what you're doing defensively, the Eagles are figuring it out. They didn't run the ball that well, but you couldn't stop them passing. And when they spread you out, who do you freaking cover, bro? Who do you cover? The D-line came ready to play. I saw some magnificent things. Jonathan Gannon, you're growing on me, bro, but I need more weeks out of you. You ain't getting it all yet. You growing. So they played excellent match coverage, bro. When I tell you, you go back and look at it, they fooled Carson Wentz so much, which allowed them to get the sacks. It's amazing. The crossing routes, they were passing off, communicating. Linebackers were dropping where they needed to drop. And they were confusing the O-line where they was getting one-on-one blocks, and these guys were beating their blocks, making Carson hold the ball. 9 sacks. Congrats, man. Give me your take.
Yeah, man. I was wondering what Mr. Old Ron Rivera and Mr. Jack Del Rio were stirring up in their little mind there, and they probably said, listen, we're going to shut down that run game. We're going to make Jalen Hurts one-dimensional, and we're going to say, listen, you got to beat us with your arm. Well, I guess they haven't been watching and listening to a lot of stuff that's been happening in the offseason with him working on his accuracy and trying to get better at staying in the pocket and throwing his receivers wide open, because there was countless times, but most importantly, three that stood out the most to me. The one where it shouldn't have been a catch, but Washington didn't hurry up enough in time to call a review on that, and Devontae didn't have his other foot drag off in to stay in bounds. They called that one where he's like falling on his back, and then that one in the end zone when he catches it. I'm just like, wow, Jalen, like you are giving, man, you're giving me some vibes here, bro, and I'm loving every minute of it. I mean, like, I was a big skeptic of his. I will say that, and so far this year, he's passing with some flying colors, man. 916 pass yards, and plus also I'm also throwing up 167 rush yards. Like, damn, like thank you, Mr. Hurt. But the defense, I gotta, like you said, I'm I'm not going to sit there and say that Mr. Gannon is now the defensive coach of the year, but man, TJ Edwards and Kaiser White playing off of each other, that linebacker combo, it has to be one, if not the top duo in the league, man. Like those two are playing light out.
Oh my God. Yes, they are playing out of their minds, which is why,
like you said, calling off plays, saying, okay, listen, I got this guy, switch off, boom, with stride, there's not a gap. It was beautiful to watch. The fact that they only got 8 points too, let's be real, it's garbage time. It's at the fourth quarter. It's the last 2 or 3 minutes. We're not trying any harder that you are. We're just looking forward to the ride home, baby, because we knew we had the W. So that 8 points, I don't even blink my eyes at it. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. He what's up, Vincent, man? Appreciate you tapping this dude talking about Dahmer. Hey, look, man, this dude, wow. We're not gonna talk about that one, yo. I don't know if you've seen that Dahmer movie, man. Oh my God, it's crazy, bro.
I haven't, but it's like, damn, why do we have to keep glorifying sexual murderers?
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild, man. This dude wild. So again, man, yeah, bro. They played out of their minds. The linebacker. This is why Nakobe Dean can't get on the field yet. It's no shot at him. It's just that they're playing so well. Why even change it?
Exactly.
His time is going to come. It's going to come. But why change it? This is the perfect opportunity for him to learn. And see what's going on and understand the game and see it from guys that are making plays or playing well out there. This Vincent is wild. What? Bye, man.
I could tell you what happens if you know.
yeah, we all know what was happening. But yeah, man, these guys, they balled out, man. It was good to see that. It was good to see Jordan Davis get pressure on the play. They ran a little twist stunt with him and Kerryon Johnson when he came in, and thinking Kerryon went first, and then he wrapped around. It was all in Wentz's face, and that led into a sack. Then also too, one play he just threw the daggone guard out the way and jumped up and batted Wentz pass down. Again, man, them guys came ready to play. I hope they stay just as hungry when they play the Jags. Yeah. I want to see us at home go undefeated this year at home. Period, bro. Last year sucked. We lost so many home games. It was just ridiculous. Can I see these guys take, and there he go, right in time. My man. What it is, homie? Philly.
Sorry about that, guys. Got a long ride, man.
I know, man.
An hour and a half ride home is like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, no, you good, bro. You good, man. Yeah, so we got down here to the Eagles and the daggone Redskins game. I saved that one for last, the best for last, and we was just talking about
how there
it is. They got that cup, how that defense played, and how Jalen Hurts has really stepped up this year. I think he's going to get that extension. He's definitely proven so far that he's the quarterback of the future for this team.
And he's saying all the right things in the media pressers too. It's all about the team. It's all about the next game. It's all about building chemistry and building towards the bigger goal. I love everything he's saying in pressers too.
Absolutely, man. So tell us halftime. What did you think about that game, bud?
It was a very exciting game. In the beginning, everybody knows Jalen Hurts was a little sluggish, but it could have been anything. Could have been the bus ride. Could have been he just got done on Monday Night Football, but he was phenomenal. He played out of his mind. He was throwing the ball and doing his check downs where people were actually. He was just doing everything perfect. Gotcha. He was playing great. They didn't run the ball as much as they should, I thought. But, The defense, like we watched it, and they went. What was it in the first quarter? They had 5 sacks,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
me and you were sitting there talking
We
about it, like we
yeah.
want 10, and I'm like, they were playing phenomenal. The defense, the linebackers, the corners.
Yeah.
They shut their corners shut the wide receivers down, and Carson Wentz was confused. He didn't know. All right, I got to do another check down. I got to do another check down. There ain't no wide. There's not an open guy, and that's when we was getting to Carson. I just didn't like in the second half. That really bothered me where we didn't score a point, but we threw for 150 yards.
Yeah.
But we can't score a point in the second half. And people are like, oh, they was just trying to kill the clock, and you can't always take that for. No, what happens if somebody comes along and starts scoring in the second half?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you get that motor running? And tell me you were watching the game. I even seen the expression on your face like, dude, they're going to come back. They're going to start scoring, and we're not going to be able to score. I seen it in your face. I knew what you were
saying. Bro. I was so worried about that, bro, because I was like, man, all right, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We can't let these guys come back on us,
But they were like, you threw for 150 yards, and you got nothing. Not even a field goal. I would have been happy with a field goal. But it was like you just totally stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, we dominated in all 3 games. 2 games in the second half, we didn't score at all.
Correct.
That's a little concerning to me.
Yeah, it definitely can be very concerning. I would say I'm sure the Eagles are aware of it too. What I hope does not happen that I hope like when we play, like for instance, we play the Jaguars, okay? So what I'm hoping doesn't happen is that we mess around and do the same thing, or you almost get in this mindset of, all right, we can come back, we got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got
lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical. There you go. Get lackadaisical with it. And it's no big deal. If it come down to it, we'll be able to do it. We all know that's the wrong attitude to have,
And don't think Doug Peterson ain't coming to friggin' whoop on the Philadelphia Eagles. We ain't seen this. We didn't win a Super Bowl for 50 years. He gives us a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, you think he's not ticked off at you for getting rid of him?
I bet you he put over 10K on the board and was like, whoever makes this game a winner, you get the bag.
Yeah. He's over there circling that bad boy. Don't tell me, don't sit here and blow, don't act like Jacksonville is no good.
We were saying before, we were saying when you were on your way home, we were saying like, I'm not taking this Jags team lightly by any stretch. Dougie P's got Trevor Lawrence playing like everyone thought he was when he got drafted. So that defense, they got linebackers. I'm a little worried. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
Right. And look at the running game they got.
Yeah, James Robinson and Travis Etienne, 2-headed monster.
Yeah. We don't have that running back that can punch you in the mouth and just beat on a defense. We don't have that. Yep. We just got the ones that can run to the outside and let them go. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm worried about this game. I'm trying not to tell you who I think is going to win the game because we got another one coming up in a little bit, another show in a little bit.
Yeah. No, we ain't gonna tell them. We ain't gonna tell them what we think.
But man, I mean, you better be concerned about this game.
Yeah, we definitely have to be concerned about this game, as like you said, as a whole. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Okay, I don't expect it to be at all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're gonna see what happens. We're not gonna give our prediction or anything like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I do want to tell people. I really do. But you know,
Yeah,
gotta be something.
yeah. So let me ask y'all this question, man. All right. So here we go. We went through the schedule. We went through these teams. I know you were busy today.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I know me and Randy had did. We did our pretty much what you would call your we did a power ranking. We did a power ranking for all 32 teams. Do we want to come back later and do that? Do y'all want to do it now? And that way I give you a chance, or come back later and we give you a chance to do your rankings, and we come
We can
up
go
here.
back to another day for that. You know,
Yeah.
let's do that next week.
Okay.
We
Okay.
we'll do it next week, and yeah, I know I'm out of the loop right now, but
No, you good, man. We good.
we'll do it next week, and when we get together again.
That I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's not a problem. Not a problem.
Well, I don't want to beat over something that you guys were already just talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh no. We didn't do it yet. We didn't talk about them yet. We didn't reveal.
You didn't?
No, we didn't reveal our rankings yet.
Oh, all right.
No. So again, but like I said, that was totally up to you. I know we got an hour or so before we do the next show, but just being courteous to my man here, you know, you just getting in, you tapped on with us, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what all you had to do, you know what I'm saying? Or
well, I didn't even. I don't.
Exactly.
I didn't even check out who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my things yet, but
don't worry about it.
We can sit there and bull crap, and I can do that at the same time. I can do anything right now. I just got done a long shift. Now it's time to talk football and chill out.
Yeah.
I'm good with
that. Absolutely, man.
This is how I do my downtime. It's like I don't know how to find the energy, but it's like move on, let's go.
Yeah, man, you do it, man. You know, we appreciate you coming up here for sure. You know, Randy, I took a peep at your stuff, man, and bro, man, you be in my back pocket, man, on my hip pocket, man. I think he's spying on me, Philly.
No, it happens.
We just gotta be real. I gotta talk to my mom. I think I have a long lost brother.
Hey. All right. So look, let me do this then, Philly. I mean, had time. While you up here, I'm gonna do this real quick. You tell us what you think. All right. So, at the very bottom, right? Very bottom. When I say very bottom, we know it's 31 teams in the league. All right. I saw what's the name was up top, but I'm curious of what you think, man. So when I looked at hold on one second here. Let me go. Hold on one second. So Randy at the very bottom, he had in last place, he had the Texans. All right.
All right.
He had the Texans at 31. I had the Raiders at 31. What do you think? Do you think either one of them deserve to be at the bottom?
I think they both deserve to be on the bottom. Come on. You spent you paying a wide receiver. What are they paying him? $40 million?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Devontae Adams is
You're paying Devontae Adams like $40 million, right? $45 million?
Yeah, he's making bank. He's making money, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you got David Carr, and they're all talking this big hype, how they're going to beat everybody, and they can't beat themselves out of a wet paper bag. They are horrible, dude. Like, come on. Like, are you going to get an A win this year? Just one. Can you get one win? I mean, you're talking about all this. You're going to the playoffs. You're going to be a Super Bowl contender, and you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Houston has at least they have an out. They're like, we need a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, their quarterback ain't that bad, but he's a backup. They need a quarterback, but the Texans need a quarterback.
Yeah, Davis Mills isn't the answer.
Yeah, he's a backup.
Yeah, absolutely. I said
He
the same thing.
He can win you a couple of games, but he can't. He is not a franchise quarterback.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I can see both your points because the Raiders ain't won a game yet, and they spent a boatload of money out there in free agency and what they did in the draft. And they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
In these 3 games, they have been looking terrible.
Gotcha. Understood. Yeah, they have, man. They have. Yeah, they suck. So, and that's why I had the Raiders at the bottom, and he had the Texans at the bottom as well. The other thing was he had the Jets right behind them. And then, which that was interesting to me. And I'm gonna let my man Randy tell us what he thought about that one. And then I had right after the Raiders instead of the Jets. Hold on here. I tell you, I actually had the Texans. So, Randy, hit us up, man. What made you put the Jets down there?
Yeah, man. I have it written down actually why I put them there, but now it's not loading, of course.
That's how it always works, man. You know how it happens.
It's like yeah, say something so that when you actually get it, we can call you a liar.
Yeah, right.
Shoot.
That's what everybody likes to do anyway on here. You lied. But I understand the Jets are hurting too at quarterback.
They get Zach Wilson back, I guess, this week. So I didn't see that before I made my power rankings, so I got that to defend myself.
Yeah, but
all right.
Let's be honest. How good is Zach Wilson? I think he's a horrible quarterback.
Oh,
and
wow.
The Jets have.
Give me a second, boys.
The Jets have good wide receivers, but when you bring him back, I think it's going to be the same. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback to even. He could be a backup, but he's not a starting quarterback.
Gotcha.
I don't want to be out of control, but
no, hey man, no, that's one thing look, bro, that's one thing we're gonna always do. We're gonna keep it a whole 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it real.
It's just, I mean, if somebody tells me that he's a top 20 quarterback, somebody let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, he had him, and you know what I'm saying, I was like, oh man, that's interesting because I really love Randy's take on it. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a good take on it.
That absolutely, Randy definitely does. He be on to something, but not to go too much into it, because we're gonna do one, and when we do it, I'm gonna put it up on the screen for everybody and whatnot. But I'm gonna tell you, this is what I really thought was interesting at time. This is where me and Randy was so similar. I'm gonna give you his top 5, and I'm gonna give you my top 5. All right. So
let me guess. Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Let's guess.
All right. So what do you think Randy had?
Okay. Randy probably has. Let's go with. I'm gonna say he has the Eagles, Kansas City, and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get to see all your stuff, but
Yeah, it's just all the 31 teams, 32 teams, whatever. Yeah.
I know he's got to have. I know he has to have the Chargers up there. So what I got 4 now?
You say Philly?
I said it's going to be Kansas City, Miami, Eagles, the Chargers. I got one more. The Baltimore Ravens.
All right, you close, and I think you probably would have guessed 4 out of the 5, but you just forgot about this team. It's kind of hard when you don't have all the teams in front of you. So he had Dolphins at the first spot, the Bills number 2, Eagles 3, Kansas City 4, Rams at 5.
All right.
And the funny thing was,
yeah, I forgot about the Bills.
I think
I don't have nothing in front of me. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. The funny thing was, we both put the Bill. I had the Bills first, Randy, and I'll tell you why I didn't put them over Miami. Why I didn't put Miami over them, even though Miami just won. So I had the Bills number 1, Dolphins number 2, Philly number 3, just like you. Kansas City was 4, but my 15 was the Ravens, and I had Rams at number 6. How about that?
Just like flip flop.
Yeah,
you really are close.
Yeah, bro. Like on the top 5, it was like, oh my gosh, and we just flip flop where my number 5 was like his 6, and flipped around. But we both, even being a Philly fan, understood the game and was like, all right, not ready to put Philly at number 1 just yet. I get it's not about the record.
Exactly.
I'm tired of everybody. I'm glad. This is why I like talking to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys do keep it 100.
Yep.
Everybody is so over
on 17-0. And
they're like, we're dominating.
Yeah.
And they're not looking at the big picture.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are not looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
And I've been doing these power rankings since the beginning of the season. So, if you guys had seen my beginning of the season power rankings gone in through week 1 through 2 through 3 through 4, you would see that the fluctuation of who was at 1 and then who went from 1 to blah blah blah, or who was at 10 and went to number 1 or whatever else, right? So mine is kind of based off of the beginning of the season, not necessarily just the first game or whatever else. It's every game that's come and gone.
But yeah. But also,
and I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan. I love the Justin Herbert, but I'm not going to sit there and act like this team is going to go to the Super Bowl knowing exactly what's ahead of them and plus what they're dealing with, which is injuries, because that's what my list comes into. My list plays into the fact of the injuries that are at hand as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Justin Herbert's hurt. He's got a broken rib, right?
Rib
cartilage.
Yeah.
So, but. Like Buffalo, I would have them down a little bit, because how hurt they are on defense. They just lost another corner.
Yeah, and they signed Xavier Rhodes. I had mentioned that. So you're right. I get what y'all saying. So that was the reason why I didn't move them out of number 1, because I felt like I need Miami and them to play healthy. Buffalo is banged up. You know what I'm saying? I still think Buffalo is a better team. It took a lot for Miami to win that game. Miami have the talent of Tyreek and Waddle and things of that nature. I want to see more before I move Philly up above them. I
want to see a formidable opponent. For me to have the Eagles head, I need to see them whoop a formidable opponent. I need them to see them go up against the top 3 or the top 5 quarterbacks.
There you go. I have not seen that yet, so I can't put you at number 1. You're
Right.
beating who
That's
you're
what I
supposed
like
to
to
beat.
hear. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, we have to be 100 and
Yep.
say, all right, are the Eagles winning, or the teams are the teams that they played, are they okay or not
Yeah.
okay?
Not okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, Detroit, I don't think they're a playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings don't look like they're going to be a playoff team.
They don't. They don't.
They don't play like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't they almost lose last week too?
Yeah. Absolutely.
They played the Lions.
Lions and almost
Yeah, they
lost.
almost
that game.
lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
don't get me wrong. I do think
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions next year
Yeah.
will be in the playoffs.
Gotcha.
But, the Vikings don't look like they're going to be playoffs.
Yeah.
I said that Washington was going to be in a
Give me
second,
1 second.
tied with the Eagles.
Mhm.
And, but they're not looking good.
No.
So we really haven't played a team that looks that good.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. We've been putting up a lot of the stats numbers have been going up crazy. Our wide receivers are looking great. Our team's looking great. But like people are going to say, well, who did you play? You can only
Exactly.
play who's on your
Yeah.
on your
You
list.
want to play on your schedule, man.
Yeah, you can only play
Exactly.
anybody on your schedule, but also you got to play somebody that's going to be that is going to be in the playoffs.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's going to be the Rams. That could be Jacksonville.
Mhm.
Because Jacksonville is pretty good.
Mhm.
The Packers. Even the Packers are having a rough time right now. They're still going to make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't pay a
I
guy
think-
$50 million and say, I don't care if you make the playoffs or not. He's the king.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely gonna see, man. But so yeah, what we gonna do, man? We're gonna plan to have this on, and we'll go through the whole from top to bottom or bottom to top, however we want to do it, and go through all the teams. But I just was curious to see what your take was, and it was crazy how me and Randy was so close
Yeah,
on.
you guys are.
We were like neck and neck. It's just
Yeah.
Close.
yeah, absolutely.
You guys are real close.
Yeah,
Great minds think alike.
exactly. That's what they say, man. But look, I appreciate y'all to give everybody a chance to get themselves situated. We got the pick 'em coming up at 8:30 over on Hardcore Sports Network, where we pick our winners for the week. Because you know what? We got a Thursday night game tomorrow, Miami and Cincy, going to be a good one.
Who's going to be in tonight at the Pick'ems?
I don't even know.
I'm not sure, but you can definitely. We always open it up for the team. You know what I mean?
There's gonna be a guest. There's gonna be guests for sure. Probably 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, that's going to be at 8:30, and definitely, I thank everybody, man. I thank y'all guys once again. I can't wait for to get our show. Halftime, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Blessings, man. You're coming through. It's always an honor. I love having y'all on the show, man. Y'all are awesome. Great minds. Y'all keep it real. So we're gonna just keep chugging and keep doing it again. And like I said, when we do that, let's talk sports, or let's talk about it. I want to be able to stream it from yours, Randy's, all of us.
Yep. We'll start doing that.
And when we do it that way, man, because I really rock with y'all guys, man. I appreciate it. Again, anybody checking out the live, or if you catch it later, hit the like button, subscribe to the next shift right there. My man Philly Halftime right below me, Hardcore Sport Network, and then most importantly, Philly Sports Rap. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you later in the week when we do the breakdown of the Eagles and Jaguars. Stay tuned. All right. Go Birds. Appreciate y'all.
Birds.
Y'all
Go
take it easy.
Birds.
All right, go Birds.
Yeah, I'm coming for the top. You should know that before I even lace them up. Until I get it, put this work in non-stop. So if you slacking, then get ready, lose your spot. Lose your spot, boy, I'm coming for the top. Before you had the crowd noise, before I made the team on, put the uniform on. Before the lights and arenas, commercial shop for sneakers, I was thinking of a way to take you all on. That grittiness that I got from the bottom, added to my talent, and for you that is a problem. Before the fame on my shoulders, I prepared for every moment. Cause I ain't trained this whole off season for mediocre. This is beast mode with that workload till it's tight. They get it right before you even pay that ticket price. I push it through the days, through the pain, through the sprains. Wonder why I look unfazed. I got ice in my veins, chill. We facing off, you know you met your match. Franchise since the draft, put the team on my back. I take it without asking, ain't no pardon me. Forever second place, cause you don't work as hard as me. I'm coming for the top. You should know that before I even